different varieties of hepatitis that take place in our body and when there is inflammation of the liver. Actually, hepatitis is a generalized term for any kind of inflammation taking place in the liver. It can be due to hepatotropic viruses or non-hepatotropic viruses. Now, let me tell you what is a hepatotropic virus. A hepatotropic virus is the one which has a specific affinity for the liver, and non-hepatotropic ones are those that infect certain other organs of the body primarily, and the liver is involved secondarily. So hepatitis stands for the histological type of hepatic injury, both acute and chronic. It can be autoimmune as well as drug induced. In addition to viruses, autoimmunity and drugs, they also play a role in the hepatitis. So in addition to those viruses A, B, C, D, E, we have Epstein-Barr virus, infectious mononucleosis virus, cytomegalovirus, herpes virus with adenovirus in newborns and immunosuppressed, yellow fever virus in tropical countries. Hepatitis is divided into acute and chronic depending upon the pattern of injury and duration. So these are the same viruses which I have told you. What happens in morphology in general in hepatitis? If hepatitis is mild and acute, what you see is on gross is that the liver is normal or mottled. यानी कि अगर बहुत माइल्ड है आपके पास इन्फेक्शन, तो हमारे पास जो होगी लिवर की पिक्चर, वो या तो वो नॉर्मल लिवर होगा या फिर उसमें मॉटलिंग होगी. मॉटलिंग का मतलब है कि उसके ऊपर आपको स्पॉट से नजर आएंगे, लाइक धब्बे जैसे नजर आते हैं. और देयर कैन बी मैसिव नेक्रोसिस. व्हेन देयर इज मैसिव नेक्रोसिस ऑफ हेपेटोसाइट्स, the liver size liver weight becomes less and less. I hope you remember that the normal liver weighs about 1.5 kg, but in massive necrosis in hepatitis, the weight becomes about 1/3, that is from 500 to 700 grams. It's capsule, it wrinkled and baggy appearance. And if the process continues for weeks or months, you will see that the liver surface will show you the appearance of nodules. These nodules will be disorderly placed and later they will be giving rise to cirrhosis. If inflammatory process in the liver is chronic, that is, if it is chronic hepatitis, what you see is that the liver is again either normal or it will show you focal scarring followed by nodularity if cirrhosis develops. यानी कि नॉर्मल लिवर है या फिर उसके बाद उसमें कहीं कहीं फोकली स्कारिंग नजर आएगी, आपको फाइब्रस टिश्यू वाइटिश या येलोइश नजर आएगा. एंड जब टाइम और ज्यादा होता जाएगा तो वो नोड्यूल फॉर्मेशन होगी जो कि लेटर आफ्टर सम इयर्स इट विल लीड टू cirrhosis. What you see microscopically, it is either acute hepatitis or chronic hepatitis, but it will depend, the distinction between acute and chronic will depend upon the pattern of injury and the severity of inflammation. Acute inflammation, as the name indicates, you must be wondering कि हाँ जी इसमें acute inflammation में inflammatory process बहुत ज़्यादा होगा, neutrophils होंगे, लेकिन it's not like that. Paradoxically, in acute inflammation of the liver, inflammation is less and hepatocyte death or necrosis is more. One thing more that you see in acute inflammation and acute hepatitis is ballooning degeneration of the hepatocytes, which I showed you last time, that they are large cell balloon-like with an empty looking pale cytoplasm and centrally placed nucleus. Then there is dropped out hepatocytes, that is they are replaced by macrophages. The macrophages, they start eating up those hepatocytes which have undergone necrosis, खा जाते हैं उनको, और वहाँ पे एक आपको empty space नजर आनी शुरू होती है, लेकिन वहाँ पर macrophages होते हैं. और the hepatocytes, they undergo apoptosis. programmed cell death. Apoptosis होगा तो hepatocytes will be shrunken in size, its nucleus will be small in size, it will be pycnotic in appearance और eosinophilic आपको नजर आएगा. If it is confluent necrosis, if it is massive necrosis, or if there is massive inflammation, the hepatocytes around the central veins, they will show collapse, they will undergo necrosis, and there will be collapse of reticulin fibers. There can be congestion and hemorrhage as well, or inflammation. Inflammation इस तरह से होगी कि वो आपके जहां पे है उधर से वो ब्रिजिंग से नेक्रोसिस बनाना शुरू कर देगी. अगर वो सेंट्रल वेन के गिर्द है तो एक सेंट्रल वेन से दूसरी सेंट्रल वेन की तरफ नेक्रोटिक पैच चला जाएगा, या एक सेंट्रल वेन से पोर्टल ट्रैक्ट की तरफ चला जाएगा in the form of bridges. That will be called bridging necrosis. And one thing more that will take place is the piecemeal necrosis or interface hepatitis. As I told you last time, that there will be spillover of inflammatory infiltrate from the portal tract into the hepatic parenchyma. Here you can see this is a dropped out hepatocyte. It is pycnotic in appearance. It is a small cell. And grossly what you see is either a red, brown or normal liver, or it is enlarged, or if bile pigment is there, then it assumes a greenish appearance. Parenchymal change microscopically what you see is hepatocytic injury होगी तो swelling यानी कि ballooning degeneration ने तो होना ही होना है. Bile plugs आ जाएंगे, in bile canaliculi, that means कि cholestasis हो जाएगा. If the cause of inflammation of hepatitis is hepatitis C virus, then there will mild fatty change of the liver. हिपेटोसिटिक नेक्रोसिस हो जाएगा और या एपोप्टोसिस हो जाएगा. ब्रिजिंग नेक्रोसिस हो जाएगी जैसे आपको पहले बताया. लोबुलर आर्किटेक्चर विल बी डिसरप्टेड, देयर विल बी लॉस ऑफ नॉर्मल आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ द लोब्यूल्स, और उसके बाद रीजेनरेटिव चेंजेस में आएंगी कि हिपेटोसिटिक प्रोलिफरेशन हो जाएगी, साइनोसाइडल सेल रिएक्टिव चेंजेस आ जाएंगी. देन कूफर सेल दे विल शो कि वो cellular debris होगा eaten up, जो necrotic hepatocytes थे they will be taken up by Kupffer cells and they will accumulate that burnt out hepatic debris. और फिर portal tracts की तरफ जाएं अगर आप तो portal tracts they will show you prominent mononuclear cell infiltrate in the portal tract that will later spill over, or they will that will travel into the hepatic parenchyma, giving rise to piecemeal necrosis. Chronic hepatitis shares some features with acute hepatitis, which show hepatocytic injury, necrosis, apoptosis, regeneration, and sinusoidal cell reactive changes. Inflammation भी होगी और वो confined to portal tracts होगी, or either it will lead to interface hepatitis, which I have told you many times before. What is this? Bridging necrosis and inflammation होगी. Fibrosis भी bridging भी हो सकता है from portal tract to another portal tract, from portal tract to central vein. It can be portal as well as periportal in disposition. If the cause of inflammation is hepatitis B virus, what you will see is ground glass hepatocytes. That is, the hepatocytes will be having a glassy, homogeneous pink appearance. If the cause is hepatitis C virus, bile duct epithelial proliferation will be there, lymphocytic aggregates will be there, and fatty change will be there. Now you will see these 5 types of viruses. You will see what families they belong to, and what is their route of transmission, and what is their incubation period, etc. So first we take hepatitis A virus, which is single-stranded RNA virus, and it belongs to hepatovirus family, fecal-oral route of transmission, 2 to 6 weeks incubation. There is no chronic state, there is no carrier disease. And laboratory findings, you will see serum IgM antibodies, which are diagnostic of hepatitis A virus. Type B, hepatitis B is partially double-stranded DNA virus. Hepadna virus is the family. Parental, sexual, and perinatal are the courses of transmission. 4 to 26 weeks is incubation. In 10% of the patients, it is chronic And surface antigen or antibody to core antigen, these are found in the serum diagnostically. Hepatitis C single-stranded RNA virus belongs to Flaviviridae family, parenteral intranasal cocaine. These are the routes of transmission, 2 to 26 weeks, 80% chronicity, and PCR assay shows hepatitis C virus, or it is also picked up on ELISA. Hepatitis B virus is a Delta virus. It's a defective virus. Delta viridae family, parenteral is the root, and its incubation period is 4 to 26 weeks, just like hepatitis B virus. 5% may be chronic. Detection of IgM and IgG antibodies. Hepatitis E, and you will see hepatitis A, they share features very much in common. It is again single-stranded RNA virus. Hep virus is the family fecal-oral route, just like hepatitis A. 2 to 8 weeks is incubation, just like hepatitis A, which is 2 to 6 weeks. Never chronic, never chronic. PCR shows RNA virus and IgM antibodies. So this is chronic hepatitis. This shows this is a portal tract which is expanded by mononuclear cell infiltrate, and then there is spillover into the hepatic parenchyma. The arrowhead shows interface hepatitis. Again, these are enlarged portal tracts with inflammation, enlarged portal tracts with inflammation with piecemeal necrosis. Again, this is a dropped out hepatocyte, and these are inflammatory cells, mononuclear basically. Hepatitis A is always acute. B, it can be acute or chronic. C can be acute or chronic. D can be acute or chronic. E, always acute. So what is hepatitis A? Hepatitis A is a benign self-limiting process with an incubation period of 2 to 6 weeks and average is 28 days. इसमें आपने एक चीज बहुत अच्छी तरह से याद रखनी है कि there is no chronic hepatitis, there is no carrier state. It can be asked you in Viva, it can be asked you in OSPI. So just remember, there is no carrier state, there is no chronic hepatitis. It is prevalent mostly in the poor hygienic conditions like or in the crowded places like schools, nurseries, or military camps. And this is its prevalence. It's spread by contaminated water and fluid, water and food, and the patient sheds it in the stools about 2 to 3 weeks before the onset of the symptoms and a week after the appearance of jaundice. So the person has taken the contaminated food on the table and he is undergoing the disease process. Viremia in case of hepatitis A is quite short-lived. So you will not be able to see hepatitis A virus in the blood. So the only important reliable immunological marker is anti-HAV IgM antibody. यानी IgM antibody होती है towards हेपेटाइटिस ए वायरस जो के सीरम में डिटेक्ट हो जाती है एंड इट्स ए रिलायबल वायरस. वैसे होता यह है कि हमें इम्यूनोलॉजी कराने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती बिकॉज within 1 or 2 months the patient recovers fully and there is no chronic state. IgM antibody will be replaced by IgG antibody which persists for years. So how can you prevent and manage hepatitis A virus? You have to maintain, you have to practice hygienic procedures in your daily life. You have to dispose of human secreta and observe personal hygiene. You may have shots of immunization, passive immunization, especially they are given in the very young or very old or immunocompromised after they have been exposed to the virus. And if you happen to travel to the endemic areas where it is prevalent, you may be given inactivated virus vaccine. This is the graph that shows you the sequence of serological markers in acute hepatitis infection. So this is the incubation period, about 45 days. Here you see the onset of jaundice and other symptoms. And IgM एंटीबॉडी जब आपके पास आ जाएगी, इट मीन्स कि आपके पास एक्यूट इन्फेक्शन जो है वो खत्म हो गई है. IgM एंटीबॉडी विल बी रिप्लेस्ड बाय IgG एंटीबॉडी which cannot be detected. तो हम उसको मेजर करने का हमारे पास एक मेथड है कि टोटल जो हमारे पास anti-HEV एंटीबॉडी होती है उसमें से हम IgM माइनस कर देते हैं, तो हम समझते हैं कि हमारे पास IgG एंटीबॉडी आ गई है. What you see microscopically in hepatitis A in liver is you will see periportal inflammation, periportal necrosis, ballooning degeneration of hepatocytes, and apoptosis. This is what is happened periportally. Cholestasis and increased portal and periportal plasma cells specific for hepatitis A. Remember, plasma cells specific for hepatitis A in the periportal and portal areas. Acidophilic bodies or cytolysis are present, and bridging necrosis if the hepatitis is severe. Interface hepatitis and relative sparing of centrilobular hepatocytes. Centrilobular hepatocytes के गिर्द आपको कुछ नजर नहीं आएगा, लेकिन interface hepatitis आपको नजर आएगी. So this is how you see under the microscope. These you can see these are balloon hepatocytes. They are enlarged. Their cytoplasm is empty looking, and they have undergone ballooning degeneration. Now we proceed to hepatitis B. How can hepatitis B present itself? It follows various clinical syndromes. Either it is acute hepatitis that is followed by recovery and clearance of the virus. So आप देखें कि acute hepatitis में recovery हो जाएगी, virus जो है वो गायब हो जाएगा. Fulminant hepatitis with massive liver necrosis, but you see it quite rarely. Non-progressive chronic hepatitis, progressive chronic hepatitis that ends in cirrhosis and asymptomatic carrier state which is quite common. तो ये हमारे पास इस तरह की प्रेजेंटेशंस होती हैं. एक्यूट होता है विद रिकवरी, फुलमिनेंट होता है, नॉन प्रोग्रेसिव क्रॉनिक एंड एसिम्प्टोमेटिक कैरियर. This is very much prevalent in these red areas, and then less common in yellow ones and less common in green. How does it transmit? Blood is the major source of transmission. Incubation period is 4 to 26 weeks. Blood, in addition to other body fluids like saliva, sweat, semen, tears, breast milk, but it is never transmitted by stools. In the endemic areas, vertical transmission is quite common, that is from mother to fetus. Horizontal mode of transmission you can come across in the regions of intermediate prevalence. And needle pricks or blood transfusions or those on dialysis patients, they in low prevalence areas, they also undergo the infection with hepatitis B virus. It is as I said earlier, member of Hepadneviridae family, double-stranded DNA virus. It has a genome that encodes multiple proteins which are like this. The pre-core or core region of nucleocapsid, which is core protein, and we call it hepatitis B core antigen. Hepatitis B core antigen. And there is a pre-core protein which is known as hepatitis B E antigen or hepatitis B, this small c antigen. E shows pre-core. So hepatitis core antigen जो है, it shows infectivity, and hepatitis E antigen shows persistent infection. Then there are enveloped glycoproteins on the surface of the virus, which, for example, hepatitis B surface antigen, and it shows immunogenicity. Then there is DNA polymerase, and there is HPV X protein. This is the hepatitis B genome. Here you can see in the center there is hepatitis B virus DNA itself. Then there is DNA polymerase antigen. This is core antigen. This is surface antigen. This is important. How does it run its clinical course? when you are exposed to the virus, either there is a long asymptomatic incubation period during which you don't feel anything, which is followed by acute disease, which can last for several weeks to months. So this course of infection can be located by certain immunologic markers, which are very important in case of hepatitis B. And you have, unfortunately, you have to remember them and remember them very well. So the first one to appear is hepatitis B surface antigen. It appears before the onset of symptoms. यानी अभी पेशेंट को जॉन्डिस नहीं हुआ, अभी पेशेंट को कोई चीज नहीं हुई, तब भी उसके पास सरफेस एंटीजन सीरम में आ गई, एंड it declines to undetectable levels in between 3 to 6 months. यानी आप ये याद रखिए कि सबसे पहले प्री सिम्टोमेटिक फेज में हेपेटाइटिस बी सरफेस एंटीजन आई है और वो डिक्लाइन कर जाएगी विद इन 6 मंथ्स, एंड डिक्लाइन कर जाएगी तो फॉरन हेपेटाइटिस बी सरफेस एंटीबॉडी आ जानी चाहिए, बट ऐसा नहीं होता एक्चुअली. द थिंग दैट हैपेंस इज इट टेक्स सम टाइम फॉर द सरफेस एंटीजन टू अपीयर इन द सीरम. As anti-HB surface antigen does not rise until acute disease is over, it usually is not detected for a few weeks to several months after the disappearance of surface antigen. इस period को जब we have neither surface antigen nor surface antibody, this is called window period, and the only thing present in this window period is hepatitis B core antibody. So जब ये एंटीबॉडी आ जाएगी, यानी कि सरफेस एंटीबॉडी आ जाएगी, दैट विल रिमेन लाइफ लॉन्ग, एंड दैट विल बी द बेसिस ऑफ लाइफ लॉन्ग इम्यूनिटी, एंड दैट इज यूज्ड इन वैक्सीन अगेंस्ट हेपेटाइटिस बी. हेपेटाइटिस बी ई एंटीजन, हेपेटाइटिस बी वायरल डीएनए पॉलीमरेज इन appear in the serum soon after surface antigen. यानी कि आप ये याद रखिएगा कि ये तमाम चीजें जो हैं बिफोर द सिम्टम्स ही अपीयर हो रही हैं, एंड ये तमाम चीजें शो हो रही हैं कि वायरल रेप्लिकेट हो रहा है और वायरल कंटिन्यूस इन्फेक्टिविटी फेज में है. If hepatitis B E antigen is persistently present, it shows that there is progression to hepatitis, chronic hepatitis. If you see E antibody, it shows that acute infection is going down, it's on the wane. IgM anti-HBC becomes detectable in serum shortly before the onset of symptoms. आपने देखा था कि हमारे पास इतनी एंटीजेंस आ रही थी बिफोर द ऑनसेट ऑफ सिम्टम्स, लेकिन उनके साथ देयर इज वन एंटीबॉडी दैट आल्सो अपीयर्स बिफोर द ऑनसेट ऑफ सिम्टम्स, एंड दैट इज एंटी-HBC IgM एंटीबॉडी. यानी कि कोर एंटीबॉडी जो है वो हमारे पास उन एंटीजन के साथ ही आ जाती है, एंड इसके साथ ही हमारे पास जो एमाइनो ट्रांसफरेजेस हैं सीरम में लिवर के सिक्रीट होते हैं वो भी रेज होते हैं. ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ मंथ्स, IgM anti-core antibody is replaced by IgG antibody, core antibody. ठीक है, ये window period I told you. In some cases, anti-surface antigen body is not detectable for a few weeks to several months after surface antigen disappears. During this period, the serological diagnosis can be made by IgM anti-HBC antibody, that is IgM anti-core antibody. ठीक है, एंटी-कोर एंटीबॉडी जो है वो इन विंडो पीरियड में होती है हमारे पास. Things to remember about surface antigen: useful clinical information, but it's first serum marker of active infection. यानी कि अगर आपने किसी पेशेंट को डायग्नोज करना है, you are suspecting hepatitis B infection, then you have to do his surface antigen. Hepatitis B core antigen indicates replication of virus and the patient is infective. So how can you prevent? You can prevent the patient with the anti-HBs antibody, and the immunity conferred is lifelong. You can donate, you can screen the donated blood, the blood that is to be donated for the presence of hepatitis B surface antigen, and if it is there, it will not be donated. You can screen the donor organs and tissues, and then anti-HBC IgM antibody appears before the onset of symptoms and replaced by IgG antibody. This is how there is the resolution of acute hepatitis B infection. Before the onset of symptoms, आपके पास जो जो एंटीजेंस आ रही हैं वो हैं हेपेटाइटिस बी सरफेस एंटीजन, वायरल डीएनए, हेपेटाइटिस ई एंटीजन. ये तमाम चीजें, तीनों एंटीजेंस हमारे पास बिफोर द ऑनसेट ऑफ सिम्टम्स आ रही हैं. ठीक है. और इनके साथ एक एंटीबॉडी भी आ रही है और दैट इज IgM एंटी कोर एंटीबॉडी. एंटी कोर एंटीबॉडी को हम सीरम में डिटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन कोर एंटीजन सीरम में नहीं होती, ये सिर्फ टिश्यू में होती है, सो इसको हम डिटेक्ट नहीं कर सकते. सीरम एमाइनो ट्रांसफेरेजेस भी इस एंटीबॉडी के साथ ही बढ़ना शुरू हो जाते हैं. सो surface antigen जो है that will be replaced by a surface antibody that will last for years and years. ठीक है, ये हमें immunity देगी. If the phase is chronic, तो हमारे पास जो है सीरम एमाइनो ट्रांसफेरेजेस वो भी नॉर्मल नहीं होंगे, वैक्सीन में इनपे ही रहेंगे, और हेपेटाइटिस बी सरफेस एंटीजन भी देर तक रहेगी. तो बाकी तमाम एंटीजन भी they will be present in our serum for quite a long period of time. Anti-HBe antibody जो है that will remain for many years. This is how you see the hepatocytes in case of hepatitis B virus. As I told you before that they appear ground glass. They are homogeneously pink and they contain, because they contain hepatitis B surface antigen. This is the stain which shows this brown surface antigen. Ground glass due to the integration of viral genome into the host cell genome. Smooth granular surface like a ground glass. Hepatitis C is a chronic disease, and it really does matter that you treat it, but though it's not very much treatable. Hepatitis C virus, what is this? It's a single-stranded RNA virus of Viridae family, and it has 6 genotypes. Unfortunately, this virus is very unstable. Quasi-species means that an infected person may carry many HCV variants, and there is poor fidelity of HCV virus polymerase, यानी कि इसकी इतनी serotypes हैं, इतने genotypes हैं that you are unable to form an antibody against it, a vaccine against it. So because it keeps on mutating, because इसकी genotype में बार-बार mutation होती चली जाती है, just like the present day coronavirus. हालांकि उसकी तो वैक्सीन हमने निकाल लिया, लेकिन इसके लिए अभी तक हमारे पास कोई ऐसी वैक्सीन नहीं है, और इसीलिए इसका प्रोग्नोसिस जो है बहुत वर्स्ट है. Now, this is how it gets transmitted. The source is unknown in 9 to 27% of the patient's body fluids है, blood है, which is major source, unprotected sex है, IV drug users जो हैं उनमें बहुत ज़्यादा prevalence होती है, about 54% of the drug abusers. Blood तो है ही है इसका source. The most common risk factors, they include IV drug abuse in 50% of the cases, followed by multiple sex partners 36%, then unknown cause in 32%, then there is surgery in the past about 16%, needle prick injury and contact with the infected person 10% each, and medical employees and dental surgeons about 1.5%. So luckily, we have a small chance of having hepatitis C virus. How does it transmit? Blood transfusion used to be a major source of transmission. Blood inoculation, now it's rare. 60% are due to IV drug abusers. Occupational hazard is in 4% of the people. Sexual and vertical transmission is also there, though in low rates. Unknown mode is there in 9 to 27%. It has a much higher rate of progression to chronic liver disease and cirrhosis. So you have to remember this thing. You will be asked in your viva, you will be asked in your OSCE. The peculiar point about hepatitis C virus is that it is associated with chronic hepatitis and cirrhosis. Elevated antibody to HCV virus does not give you effective immunity. So this is how it takes on its course. That is acute infection. In 15% it resolves. So resolution you will see in 15%, in 85%, there's such a high percentage. In 85% of the patients, it will be chronic. And fulminant hepatitis is quite rare in hepatitis C infection. Of chronic patients, 80% will follow a stable disease, यानी कि उन्हें कोई और सिम्टम नहीं होंगे. हाँ ये होगा कि उनके अंदर वायरीमा रहेगा लेकिन वो स्टेबल होंगे. Of that chronic hepatitis, 20% will undergo cirrhosis. उस cirrhosis में after years and years, some will have to face hepatocellular carcinoma. But इस cirrhosis में 50% will show a stable type of cirrhosis. That is, again, there will be no symptom, no sign, and the patient will lead a healthy life. But in 50% of the people, unfortunately, death will be there. So the incubation period is 2 to 26 weeks. Acute hepatitis caused by AC is asymptomatic. We just don't happen to know that we have been through acute phase of the hepatitis. In 75% of the cases, they are missed easily. RNA virus can be detected in blood within days to 8 weeks, depending on the size of the inoculum. यानी कि अगर inoculum size बहुत बड़ा है तो हम 8 weeks के अंदर अंदर हेपेटाइटिस सी वायरस आरएनए पार्टिकल्स डिटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. और इसके साथ हमारे साथ सीरम एमाइनो ट्रांसफरेजेस भी they also get rising. Hallmark of hepatitis C, that is chronic infection and chronic hepatitis. This is chronic hepatitis, this is cirrhosis, this is hepatocellular carcinoma. These are all caused by, these can be caused by hepatitis C virus. Persistent infection, remember again, is the hallmark of hepatitis C infection in 80 to 90% of the people, cirrhosis in 20%, and it carries a significantly higher risk of hepatocellular carcinoma. Fulminant hepatitis is rare. In 90% of the patients, there is antibodies are present, but still the disease is there because HCV RNA virus persists in the serum. So HCV RNA virus is a must to diagnose in the infected person. Persistently elevated amino transferases, or they almost never gain their normal status. Then HCV is associated with metabolic syndromes like diabetes mellitus and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So आपने देखा कि हेपेटाइटिस सी वायरस में HCV RNA रहता है चाहे आपके पास एंटीबॉडी मौजूद भी हो, और सीरम एमाइनो ट्रांसफरेजेस भी हमेशा रेज्ड ही रहते हैं. सीरम मार्कर एक्यूट फेज में आया था और साथ ही सीरम एमाइनो ट्रांसफरेजेस थे. फिर एंटी-HCV आ गई, दैट रिमेन्स फॉर इयर्स, बट स्टिल जो RNA वायरस है वो in some cases it disappears, otherwise it remains for years and years. With vaccine and waning of serum aminotransferases and the longevity of the virus particles in chronic disease. Morphologically, hepatitis C virus is almost similar to chronic hepatitis B virus, but 1 to 3, but there is a small difference that in hepatitis C, you will see fatty chain in hepatocytes. Lymphoid aggregates will be present in the portal tracts, and they will be so much so lymphoid aggregates that they will give rise to follicles, and there can be bile duct injury as well. So this is a lymphoid aggregate and it has assumed the shape of a follicle. Even here, though you will not be able to discern the presence of neutrophils. Then there are, again, this is mononuclear cell infiltrate. These hepatocytes, they have undergone fatty change. Their nuclei are peripherally located. This is the necrotic area because of hepatitis B virus, and these are inflammatory cells. It is treated by ribavirin and interferon. Chronic active hepatitis is an idiopathic chronic progressive hepatopathy. Chronic active hepatitis में आपको मैं एक बात बता दूं कि chronic active hepatitis और CAH के लिए जरूरी नहीं कि हेपेटोट्रोपिक वायरसेस ही chronic active hepatitis कर रहे हों. कोई और फैक्टर जो कि बॉडी में chronic inflammation liver में कर रहा है chronic active hepatitis कर सकता है. And microscopically what you see in a case of chronic hepatitis is there will be biliary hyperplasia, periportal or portal biliary inflammation with hepatocellular damage. Now, chronic hepatitis shows a persistent progressive inflammatory process of the liver. याद रखिएगा, persistent है, progressive है, inflammation of the liver characterized histologically by lymphoid aggregates of the portal tracts with varying degree of parenchymal inflammation and hepatocellular injury and fibrosis. तो आपके पास इसके अंदर क्रॉनिक डिजीज में क्रॉनिक परसिस्टेंट हेपेटाइटिस में क्या क्या कुछ है, इन्फ्लेमेशन भी है, हेपेटोसाइट इन्फिल्ट्रेशन ऑफ लिम्फोसाइट्स हैं पोर्टल ट्रैक्ट्स में, और स्पिल ओवर इनटू पेरेन्काइमा है, हेपेटोसेलुलर इंजरी है, फाइब्रोसिस है जो बाद में सिरोसिस कर देगा. What is hepatitis D virus? D for delta. डेल्टा वायरिडी को बिलोंग करता है. इट्स अ यूनिक काइंड ऑफ आरएनए वायरस दैट इज डिफेक्टिव. डिफेक्टिव हम इसको इसलिए कहते हैं कि इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ हेपेटाइटिस बी सरफेस एंटीजन फॉर इट्स इन्फेक्टिविटी. जब तक हमारे पास हेपेटाइटिस बी सरफेस एंटीजन नहीं होगा, हेपेटाइटिस डी वायरस जो है वो एक्टिवली इन्फेक्ट नहीं करेगा. सो इसकी इन्फेक्शन जो है वो होती है एज ए co-infection, acute co-infection after exposure to serum containing both hepatitis D virus and hepatitis B virus. या फिर एक पेशेंट है उसको chronic इन्फेक्शन हुई भी है हेपेटाइटिस बी वायरस के साथ और उसको सुपर इन्फेक्शन विद हेपेटाइटिस डी वायरस हो रही है, तो इस तरह से फिर उसको ये होगी. It is restricted to drug addicts and hemophilics in 1 to 10% of the cases. डिटेक्शन के लिए आपके पास एक IgM एंटीबॉडी है जिसको हम IgM anti-HTB एंटीबॉडी कहते हैं. दिस इज द मोस्ट रिलायबल इंडिकेटर ऑफ रीसेंट एक्सपोजर. ठीक है. एक्यूट अगर इन्फेक्शन है, एक्यूट इन्फेक्शन में आपको को इन्फेक्शन भी मिलेगी हेपेटाइटिस बी वायरस के साथ, तो हमारे पास IgM एंटीबॉडी HDV की तो है ही है, उसके साथ हमें कोर एंटीबॉडी मिलेगी हेपेटाइटिस बी वायरस की. आपने याद रखना है एक्यूट को इन्फेक्शन में IgM एंटीबॉडी टू हेपेटाइटिस डी वायरस एंड हेपेटाइटिस सी बी वायरस, कोर एंटीबॉडी हेपेटाइटिस बी, यानी कि हेपेटाइटिस बी कोर एंटीजन ये भी मिलेगी आपको. क्रॉनिक हेपेटाइटिस डिजीज में आपके पास क्या होगा, सरफेस एंटीजन पड़ी हुई होगी सीरम में, और उसके बाद आपके पास वो वाली एंटीबॉडी IgM एंटीबॉडी तो है ही है, HDD वाली एंटी IgM HDD के साथ आपके पास सरफेस एंटीजन भी आ जाएगी. ओके, सो from these two antibodies you will be able to diagnose a case of hepatitis D virus. ठीक है. Hepatitis E virus is non-enveloped single-stranded RNA virus, belongs to Hep virus family. It is in most of the cases it is self-limited. It is not associated with chronic liver disease or persistent viremia, but in certain cases it does show an acute phase for a short period of time. Average incubation period is about 6 weeks, 2 to 8 weeks. ये मिलता जुलता है हेपेटाइटिस ए वायरस के साथ, लेकिन ये एंडेमिक होता है इन एशिया, इन सब सहारन कंट्रीज एंड स्पेशली इन इंडिया. इंडिया में ये बहुत है, एंड अबाउट 40% ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन इन इंडिया दे शो द प्रेजेंस ऑफ हेपेटाइटिस ई इन्फेक्शन. इट इज वाटरबॉर्न है, एंटेरिकली ट्रांसमिटेड है, एंडेमिक इन इंडिया, और एंटीजी जब आपको मैंने बताया 40% ऑफ द पेशेंट्स में IgG एंटीबॉडीज पड़ी भी होती हैं, एंडेमिक होता है. और एक इसका पिक्यूलियर पॉइंट ये है कि प्रेग्नेंट लेडीज के अंदर ये पॉजिटिव होता है. इन अबाउट 20% ऑफ द प्रेग्नेंट women in India they show positivity for hepatitis E infection. And mortality बल्कि 20% of the patient pregnant women में होती है because of hepatitis E virus. No chronic disease, but in AIDS and in immunosuppressed ट्रांसप्लांट पेशेंट्स थोड़े से अरसे के लिए एक्यूट फेज क्रॉनिक डिजीज आ सकती है। Active average incubation period is 4 to 5 weeks है। और इसको डायग्नोज आप कैसे करते हैं कि यू हैव राइजिंग LFTs, लिवर फंक्शन टेस्ट जो है माइनोट्रांसफेरेज दे आर राइजिंग, क्लिनिकल फीचर्स आपके जो हैं वो नहीं गए पड़े हुए हैं आपके पास एक्यूट वायरल इन्फेक्शन के, एलिवेटेड IgM, anti-HEV एंटीबॉडीज, ये 3 चीजें हैं। क्लिनिकल सिम्टम्स हैं आपके पास, राइजिंग LFTs हैं, आपके पास IgM एंटीबॉडी टू HEV वायरस है। इन तीनों की बेसिस के ऊपर आप ये डायग्नोज कर लेते हैं। अब वायरल हेपेटाइटिस जो है हमारे पास, उनके आउटकम क्या है? आइदर इट इज एसिम्प्टोमेटिक एक्यूट इन्फेक्शन, एक्यूट हेपेटाइटिस विद जॉन्डिस और विदाउट जॉन्डिस, परमानेंट हेपेटाइटिस, क्रॉनिक कैरियर स्टेट दैट इज एसिम्प्टोमेटिक विदाउट apparent disease. Because of the shortage of time, I am going quite fast now. So clinical features, you will see in general you will see malaise. Then non-constitutional, you will see loss of appetite, low-grade fever, headache, muscle aches. And if the infection is because of hepatitis B virus, you will see serum sickness like symptoms are arthralgia, rash, fever. On physical examination, you will see enlarged tender liver, right upper quadrant pain. The patient may have jaundice, dark urine, pale stools, pruritus. Chronic hepatitis will show you symptomatic biochemical and serological evidence with continuous relapsing hepatic disease for 6 months or more with physiological evidence of inflammation and necrosis. So आपके पास chronic hepatitis में क्या है? Symptoms ही हैं, biochemically भी unstable markers चल रहे हैं और relapsing हेपेटिक डिजीज है। अगर आप उसकी बायोप्सी करें आपको इन्फ्लेमेशन एंड नेक्रोसिस मिलेगी अगर बायोप्सी की इंडिकेशन हो, बिकॉज हमें डायग्नोसिस इम्यूनोलॉजिकल मार्कर से नहीं मिल रहा। सही है?
ओके, लेक्चर टाइम इज ओवर नाउ।
एसिम्प्टोमेटिक कैरियर होते हैं, दे कैन ट्रांसमिट डिजीज, उनके अपने नहीं होती। थैंक यू वेरी मच।